When you look at where the conference is today compared to July of last year at the end of where they were, after the story with Texas and Oklahoma, are you sometimes, I don't think say thrilled, but blown away at how quickly things have turned back in favor of the Big 12?
Absolutely. Commissioner Bowlesby deserves a ton of credit for getting the ship righted fairly quickly and allowed us to be able to see a pathway forward. And it's been just really exciting to be able to have 4 new members joining the league, that their staff, their coaches, their fan bases are all just ecstatic to be in the Big 12. And that's just a pleasant feeling because, as you know, you've covered this for years. It always just felt like there was always something going on in the Big 12. And it's just really refreshing to have 4 fan bases and institutions that couldn't be more pleased to be joining the Big 12.
When did you feel that the teams were unified as opposed to divided when all that went down last summer? Because there was, as soon as you hear those things, you've got this window of like, well, I wonder what everybody else is doing and where their interest and loyalties will lie when it comes down to what the future holds for the conference.
Well, I'm a realist, and so I always approach that process. And part of it, quite frankly, I was the only president or AD that was there last time that was still here. And so I used to joke with my colleagues and say, I still have, the calluses on my back from how that felt. What changed it for, I believe, was the day the Pac-12 announced they weren't going to expand. Because prior to that, everybody was kind of on pins and needles, and I get it. We all knew that we needed to stick together where there would be strength in numbers. But at the same time, I understand if somebody had an opportunity somewhere else to just shore up their future, why wouldn't they do that? And the day the Pac-12 announced they weren't expanding, it wasn't 3 days later that our game plan was set and Commissioner Bowlesby went and implemented it, and we were rolling.